Alrighty. Wow. We are going to be talking about the ear splitter today. Now, the ear splitter is probably one of the most controversial or debated about weapons in Save the World. Now, I know that's a big claim to make, but if you understood exactly what the ear splitter did and why people either A, hate it, or B, love it, you would understand why. And let's just get into it. So ear splitter is actually a part of the boombox weapon set. You can actually get it during the boombox llamas, or the current llamas that are out right now, and it's actually decently good. And personally, I believe it's good. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, Mattio, man, come on now. You can't be a part of the people that believe the ear splitter is really good. I really enjoy it. I think it's unique, and the only reason why people really hate it is just due to the fact that the people that have talked about it, I'm talking to Az in this situation, he's kind of pushed it on a lot of people and made it annoying. However, he's been very nice and helpful talking about the ear splitter, informing me about everything that we're going to be talking about today. And there's actually even a few interesting facts throughout the video. So yeah, anyways, yeah. So the reason why ear splitter, a lot of people hate it, is just due to the fact that whenever you use it, the right click, the heavy attack, it actually makes music. And a lot of people hate the fact, like, boom bass is one of the things that a lot of people hate just due to the fact that it makes music, but you can mute it. Now, a lot of people say, well, I want to play my game with audio and I don't want to listen to music. Yeah, it's one sacrifice they have to make for a decently good weapon. But however, it's actually a really good weapon outside of the fact that it buffs your damage whenever you use the heavy attack. It's actually really good with Paleo Luna, and you'll find out later that we're going to be using actually 2 loadouts, not only 1, but 2 today. And we're going to be using, actually, I think it's deadly, a Lotus Luna, which is actually one of the very first times I've ever used her in lead. So yeah, so there's going to be 2 different weapons, because there's same weapon, 2 different types. One being Sunbeam and one being Brightcore, because each hero affects different ones, and you can do different damage with both of them. So yeah, so one's going to be Sunbeam. The perks for the Sunbeam one is going to be crit damage, attack speed, or double attack speed, and crit damage. So double crit damage, double attack speed. And then of course the 6th perk is eliminating an enemy, causes like the dance effect to happen. Now this, if I remember correctly, let me scroll up. This one is used for deadly Lotus Luna, which surprisingly enough, she increases spear damage, I believe. That's roughly what she does. I forgot what she does in lead, but we'll get into a second. And then let's get into the actual Brightcore one, which this one is actually not going to be double crit damage. This one's going to be double attack speed, crit rating, and crit damage. Since Luna, running her in lead, rather, she gives you more damage whenever you have more health. So that crit damage affects slightly a little bit more, but running Luna, or running Lotus Luna in lead for the Sunbeam one, since you swing less and do less damage, or do more damage, it would make more sense. So yeah, it's a little confusing, but you kind of get the gist of it whenever we talk about the individual loadouts once we get into it. So let's actually just get into it. So let's start off with Paleo Luna. So Luna is going to be used with the Brightcore one. Now, so strong, Brightcore splitter, it's strong with Paleo Luna due to the cycling base damage and base attack speed values with the normal attack, and good perk options. So of course, like I said, it's double attack speed with the double crit damage. I believe that's what it is, or 1 crit damage, 1 crit rating. So yeah, the basic loadout for that, whenever you're running it for Brightcore, the loadout that we're going to be running is Paleo Luna, of course, in lead. Blast from the past, of course, because, you know, why would you not want to run Blast from the past? We got hide and focus. That right click is really good because we're regenerating stamina or energy as we're using that right click, so it's kind of nice to have. And then assassination, of course, because, you know, dealing melee weapon damage grants you 1 stack, and then, you know, up to 5 stacks, which is I think exactly, what is it, like 22%, something like that, which is actually really good. Coconuts, I personally don't like coconuts, but Az told me coconuts is the best for this, so I'm going to use it. And then of course Battle Beat. Now Battle Beat's actually been really nice recently, with just the fact that Battle Beat affects the eliminations, and it affects your melee attack speed. So damage and melee attack speed combination with melee loadouts is actually really good. And I've been noticing that a lot more melee loadouts, actually more people prefer Battle Beat over some other stuff. So yeah, and then let's get into the other loadout that we're going to be running, and I'll probably pop up on the screen whenever we change missions, or tell you which ones that we're going to be running first. So yeah, we're going to get into Deadly Lotus Luna, which is run with the Sunbeam one. So basically, Deadly Lotus Luna in lead, she increases your spear damage by 50% against afflicted enemies. Spears apply affliction, which deal 18.5% weapon damage per second for 3 seconds. So It's actually not that bad. And we're going to be doing affliction over time, and then it increases your affliction damage because she's in lead. So it's actually really interesting. It's kind of nice, especially since the ear splitter is a spare. So yeah. And then of course we're going to be running sub wafers. Kind of the same thing with coconuts. Not a big fan of sub wafers, but it, totally rocking out affects it. And then of course battle beat, melee loadout, and whatnot. Cerulean claws and support. Paleo Luna, no matter what, should always be in a melee build. At least that's in my opinion. There's some loadouts that are in between, and we got assassination, of course, and then monster smash, which is basically life leech, which is really good, gives your health back. And since we don't have as much health, since we're not running blast from the past, that's the reason why we're going to be running monster smash. So yeah, otherwise that's a basic loadout, or the loadouts that we're going to be running, and then the weapons. Let's just jump into the mission. We're going to be running an RTD smokescreen. I think we're going to start off with Paleo Luna with the Brightcore one, because that's like the most normal one that you use, and not as crazy as the Deadly Lotus Luna loadout. So yeah, but let's get into it. Let's use it a little bit, use it in the mission, and just show you what it can do. Alrighty, so we're in the mission. This is the Paleo Luna build with the Brightcore one. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't like understand, or you just don't know in general, Brightcore is a lot better when it comes to Paleo Luna, just due to the fact that you actually have increased attack speed. So a Brightcore does reduce your damage, but it's made up from the fact that you can swing or hit a lot faster, which is kind of weird to think about, but the math works out. I mean, someone has done the math, and I can tell you the math is right. Yeah, coming from me, right? Nah, but you could look at this. It's actually really good. Like, look at this, like, a few swings, bam, dead. And then just the right click. Oh, the right click. It does nothing. It's actually used for farming sometimes. People actually use the ear splitter for farming. I might die here because I don't have coconuts, which I probably should have got some, but let me just use that real quick. Come back right here, and then bam, just, yeah, there we go. Woo, and dead. There we go. Encampment cleared, or is there more enemies somewhere? Let me throw a turret up here. Just kill it real quick. Not the fastest way to clear an encampment, but definitely a high amount of damage. As you can see, like a few hits against the mist monster and the thing's gone. So I think it's really cool. Now, yeah, like I said, a few people actually use the ear splitter to farm. It wasn't efficient, or it was slightly efficient, sort of. But it's not as good as like Clip. This was back in the day whenever Clip didn't exist, or like there wasn't really great loadouts to run. And it just, people that ran it, you can get a few mats from it. It's one of the very few weapons that you actually can use the heavy attack with, and then you can get the mats from. So like if I wanted to use it on this tree, you can see bottom left that I'm getting some wood right there. It wasn't the best. There's definitely better perks to have on if you are using it for farming, but we're doing damage. So yeah, otherwise I think we're just going to jump straight into the mission. Nothing really else to talk about, and then we'll just talk about like some cool facts about the ear splitter and what it can do. So yeah, let's just get into the mission and see the defense. Alrighty, so the mission is started now. Az gave me a few notes to mention and just fun facts about the ear splitter, which I'm gonna read a few of them in a minute, but I want to mention there's also a reason why people like I've mentioned it before, but there is a reason why people actually don't use the ear splitter, and it's just due to this fact right here. It's the fact that it makes a loud music sound effect whenever you right click it, and a lot of people just don't like that. A lot of people don't like hearing giant music or loud music while playing the game, and I understand boom bass is one of the things that get to me and annoy me sometimes, but I think the fact that you don't need to use the right click in order to actually have fun with the ear splitter is something to note. This is a great weapon outside of the fact that you don't need to use the heavy attack for it. So it's just a great weapon, and a lot of people just kind of associate it in the bad presence because of the right click and the music thing. But in reality, you're missing out on a great melee weapon. This is actually a great one. Now, I'm not going to say it's the best, but clearly there's probably better ones that you can use and better spears and whatnot. But you can see that it does damage. You can be in the fight and do fine. And eating a coconut, I got a few coconuts now. You can see with this buff, man, just like look how many enemies I can clear, and especially with the 6 perk. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, especially with the 6 perk with the ear splitter. Eliminating an enemy, causing the other enemies to dance nearby, and they can't do anything to you. Like, that is genius. And then Paleo Luna on top of that, being a ninja, you can jump around, go to the next enemies and whatnot. So yeah, it's real nice. You can see doing a crazy amount of damage. Now let me read some interesting facts real quick while this mission goes on, because it is actually kind of crazy how many different things the ear splitter can be known for. So ear splitter actually has 4 different base damage values and multiple base attack speeds. So if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, it actually swings at different speeds, which is actually kind of interesting. It's something that most weapons don't have, and usually most weapons follow some type of kind of thing, like some type of a pattern whenever it comes to that. So it's interesting that it has that. The heavy attack bonus can be continued at the max bonus by simply activating the heavy attack again at least 1 second before it ends. So that basically means if I'm right clicking like right here, right? So we're right clicking until it ends. Right before you do it, you can actually activate it instantly again. So it's something that's really cool about it. So yeah, what is those particles? That's actually pretty cool. I don't know if that's an ear splitter or not, but it's actually kind of interesting. And then the ear splitter is the only spear that can have 2 attack speed perks and 2 crit damage perks, which is actually kind of interesting. I actually did not know that. It's the only spear that can have that. So that's also something else that's really cool about it. And then, yeah, the ear splitter is the only spear. Yeah, here we go. Is the only spear that cannot have more than 1 heavy attack efficiency perk. Now, if you haven't checked out my Walloper video, I actually use 3 heavy attack efficiency perks on that. Definitely recommend checking that out, or any of the other like heavy attack stuff. It's actually really interesting. But yeah, it can only have 1. So heavy attack efficiency on the ear splitter is some, you know, if you're farming, I think it's really good. Otherwise, it's not that great to run. And then finally, the ear splitter is the only spear that can have 4 crit rating perks. So interesting. It's the only spear that can have 4 crit rating perks. Some of these I didn't even know about. So it's actually really cool. But yeah. This is Paleo Luna. Paleo Luna is actually really good with the ear splitter, from what I'm noticing. This is the first time I've actually ran this loadout, so if you're thinking that I'm biased and you're just saying that because, you know, oh, you know, but look at it. Like, you cannot tell me that this spear, this ear splitter, is doing an insane amount of damage compared to some other weapons. I've seen some weapons, and I've been through a lot of weapons throughout the series of doing every single weapon, and I can tell you this, the ear splitter cannot compare to some of these weapons. Like, a few of these weapons that I've used, like back in the dragon, like the dragon tooth, definitely not as good as the ear splitter. I actually think the ear splitter would be a little bit better. It's just the fact that I can swing a little bit faster. Those double attack speed, it makes it really fun to use. And then I always forget, I'm not a big fan of coconuts, but I know this loadout is better with them. It is better because you get health and you also have that increased damage that you're getting from the coconuts. Also, this cat is saying hello to everyone, which yeah, what's up, Blanca? So yeah, otherwise I think we're gonna wait until the mini boss, which should be spawning soon, and then we'll jump into the other loadout, which will be the deadly Lotus Luna. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's so weird thinking about that and using it. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, let's just wait until the mini boss comes around. So it's a trap vulnerable mini boss, the one thing that I wanted to avoid, but it's all good. I don't think the air splitter probably would do too great against a mini boss, just due to the fact that I don't think it does have high amount of damage. It's just I don't think it's the greatest weapon when it comes to mini boss. Kind of like how like you wouldn't use a Xeon bow on a mini boss, you know, because it's not that good, just in general speaking. So, or it's good, but it's not good against a mini boss, you know. So yeah, but otherwise, I think we'll just jump into the next loadout and just see what deadly Lotus Luna could do. So yeah, let's just see what she can do. Alrighty, so a little recap just for all those people that maybe you've skipped the video or just decided wanted to see. Well, here we are. We're going to be running deadly Lotus Luna, as we said before whenever we're going over the loadout. Deadly Lotus Luna, alright? And this is going to be the Sunbeam version, because Sunbeam is a little bit better whenever you're not running Paleo Luna. Now, a lot of people might just skip to this part because they're like, well, Mattio, Paleo Luna makes any melee loadout or melee weapon good. And I can agree. There's a lot of melee weapons in the game that definitely are bad without Paleo Luna. But running it with Deadly Lotus Luna is actually kind of very similar whenever it comes to running it with Paleo Luna. Now, you don't have Blast from the Past. You definitely have Totally Rocking Out. And I think it's still bugged at the time of this recording. And you can see it's still doing a crazy amount of damage. The ear splitter is doing this job in eliminating enemies. And I'm getting my health back because I'm running a monster smash. And here's a smasher. Okay, let's see a smasher right here. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, slowly but surely getting it there. It's not like a discharger where you need to shoot it once and it's dead instantly. You got to hit it a few times. Dang, it one-shot me. Got to hit it a few times before it's dead. But you can see it definitely did that damage there. You know, I'm swinging it, hitting it, and bam, it's dead. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Not running Paleo Luna, and the weapon is doing perfectly fine. Now, a lot of people would probably be like, oh, Matty, stop being cocky. You know, like, we know the weapon's not as bad as what people say. We just choose not to use it before, you know, giving an opinion on it. I really envy people that actually try a weapon before they say anything about it. I've used the ear splitter a few times prior to this, and I've only used it for farming. And I can say that the heavy attack is not that great whenever killing enemies. And I never really thought about using the weapon as just a regular weapon and just using it and using the main attack, which you can see. My reaction to it is actually kind of, I'm impressed by how much damage that I'm doing and how fast I can kill these enemies and how the loadout in general is just doing. You know, it is insane that Deadly Lotus Luna and the Ear Splitter, the combination of them two, is actually really good. It really just shows, like, you're basically one-shotting enemies. And I think also another thing to note is the 6 perk is also very kind of like an underdog. I feel like a lot of people pass on the boombox weapons because they just don't see them as good, but the 6 perk is really slept on. A lot of people just don't know. By eliminating an enemy, it makes a group of enemies that are nearby dance, and it's really good. I mean, especially with the fire season, because the weapons could be water, and it's really good because you can make fire enemies dance. And if you don't know, fire enemies actually give you a affliction, and it's not fun. It is actually very annoying. And actually, now thinking about it, in my previous videos, I've always said that it's very annoying using melee weapons in fire zones, just due to the fact that, you know, it's fire zones and you take a lot more damage. But I've actually been not taking any damage with this Ear Splitter. Like, I did die once, but that was a smasher hitting me, so I do have to note that it did hit me. But like, you can see, like, a big group of enemies like this, 3 Husky Husks, 4 Husky Husks, and they're dancing and they're dead, and I still have a lot of health back, and it's because of Monster Smash that's doing it. But the damage that I'm outputting with Deadly Lotus Luna in the Ear Splitter is noted because, you know, the 6 perk is doing a job, because it's making enemies dance, and then it's picking up whenever I'm hitting enemies. So I think that's actually really cool. I think this is the weapon to use in a firestorm. Now, here's a smasher. I did eat a wafer, so let's see if I can do really well. If I can stop hitting me, please and thank you. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see? Slowly but surely, you can kill a smasher with it. And I think it's just a note that the fact that you can actually do damage with it outside of using wafers and whatnot, because you can see, like, Totally Rocking Out is activated right now, I think. Yeah, I think it's activated. And you can see it, like, I'm doing a decent amount of damage. But I really do think the Ear Splitter is carrying. Like, the point of running a weapon is trying to find a loadout that is actually really good and kind of works for you. So these are 2 options. If you'd rather have a lot of health and you want to run the Ear Splitter, Blast from the Past and Paleo Luna is your play. Use a Brightcore one. And then if you're just wanting to do damage and kind of be everywhere and, you know, have Totally Rocking Out activated most of the time, then this loadout's for you. Deadly Lotus Luna is definitely the play. Otherwise, let's get into the mini boss, since we didn't have one earlier while running Paleo Luna, and I think it's even better that we're running it with this loadout because it'll showcase how good it is against a mini boss. So yeah, let's just wait until the mini boss spawns, and then we should be good. Alrighty, the mini boss has spawned, and I just died. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what the mini boss is, so we're going on a limb here, hoping that I can kill it. It's a ricochet, and it's acid pool's volcanic knockback, so this might be a little annoying to do, but we're gonna eat a wafer, and then we're gonna use the Ear Splitter. Now, here's a little note: the right click does increase your damage. It does do that. And the longer you hold it, the more damage that you do. Okay. Against the mini boss, I think we're gonna take a lot of damage because we're not running Blast from the Past. But you can see that chunk of health that I did is actually not that bad. Let me get my right click going here. I want to get that boost real quick. Okay, 3 charges, and then let me use it. Oh, come on now, mini boss. Give me a break here. There we go. Okay, doing a decent amount of damage. Now, it's not the most that you can do, but it is doing that damage. Let me eat a wafer. Let me adrenaline just in case. Oh, it's teleported. Come back here. Get over here. Where's it going? Where do you think you're going? Go right here. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so with a wafer, it actually does a decent amount of damage. Now, if I can avoid the knockback by not getting hit by it, I actually might be able to kill this thing solo. And I think they're shooting Xeon bows, but I mean, Xeon bows, come on now. Yeah, you know, I gotta use the Ear Splitter. Yeah, okay, wait, let me right click here. I'm gonna die. No. Let me back up, heal myself. Okay, and then now use it. Where's it at? Did it despawn? No! But I was doing a decent amount of damage. That was only like a minute up. So otherwise, that's pretty much it. I mean, my final thoughts on the Ear Splitter is give it a try before you knock it down, because the Ear Splitter is actually a really great weapon. And if you've learned anything from this video, this is one of my longer videos because I want people to understand that some weapons, that when you hear people say, oh, it's bad, is sometimes wrong. People just don't prefer weapons over other weapons. So my final thoughts is try it out. Go open some llamas, get the Ear Splitter, level up, use whatever loadout that you want with it. I have 2 that I just gave you. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more future content. Have a great night, day, afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.